Welcome guys, hope you're having a great time. We have another match here. This time we have John Davis Walker playing as the Abbasid Dynasty in the color yellow against his opponent playing as the English is A19, T5, P5, A3, H4, A25 in the color teal. Oh my god. Welcome everybody to another Age of Empires forecasted game. Look at that, the double farm setup. It's actually on kind of really common nowadays when you see these people going for early farms, especially civilizations that really benefit from it, like the Byzantines. We're also seeing Order of the Dragon coming for some early farms, some early farm transition, like you know, it's I don't know why, but they do. It's kind of like now Order of the Dragon is kind of like Russian Castle, and one of their disadvantages is that their economy is not as good as the Holy Roman Empire with the Aginst Chapel and you know, all their economy center about their farms. I don't know why, but they just go for early farms very early. Like I mean in the Dark Age. In the Dark Age. We are in Lipany, guys. As much as I love this map, I think it's time for a change, right? It is time for a change. I would love to see other maps. I think we have been having those for a while, and I think so. I would like to see some other maps in the game. Let me know in the comments which ones you would like to see. There's a new season coming up really soon. Like I don't know when this video will be published, because I'm recording quite a lot of videos because I'm going to Korea on 17, and I will come back on 29 or something. So I will leave some videos on the channel before I go. So unfortunately, I won't be able to cover the latest maps after the new update. But obviously, a lot of interesting stuff is coming for Age of Empires 4. I'm sure of it. I'm sure there will be a huge patch notes. I don't think anything new will happen, but probably some new maps on the pool, some new maps in general. That's why I've been enjoying playing quite a lot quick matches lately. One thing is I wanted to practice the water maps. The other thing is that I just want to play like a different map, and indeed there is a huge pool of maps available for you in quick match. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I mean, some people will argue like, hey, if you're gonna play quick match, might as well play ranked, and you know, yada yada yada. But you know, I feel it's pretty much the same. Maybe it's less commitment, you know. Maybe people feel it's less commitment, but it is really fun. The other day I played a map was extremely weird. Had all the resources like in the back here, and the opponents were like, you know, at the front. It's like extremely weird map, but you know, I enjoy it, especially those team games. They are very fun, very chaotic for sure. Let's get back into the game, because we see John Davis Walker playing for the military wing. On a interesting choice against the English. You don't really go military wing against English, just because their villagers are so strong with the bows against those Dark Age spearmen that you don't really benefit much from those. Not other that their town center is like attacks twice instead of one, so it's like even if you make a little mistake of going inside, you're gonna get tons of damage. You may lose your units. So I find it extremely curious, like what is he gonna do with the military wing against the English? It's like they're very curious about it. And let's see. Let's see what he does, and let's see why he shouldn't have done it, maybe. Because there is a reason for that. Usually English against Abbasid is a very tough matchup for the Abbasid. They don't have much going on in the field age, except for, you know, their economy, Golden Age Tier 1, there you go. And usually you go to the culture wing, because as when you go to Castle Age, then you can defend against that mass lombos with, you know, knights, man-at-arms, which they have very, very good defenses. And looks like John Davis is just gonna go back. I'm gonna be thinking about going for a second town center. He's gonna be putting a tower here. Looks like he's gonna go for Castle Age. That's what I mean. Like, if you're gonna go Castle Age really fast, you might as well get this and go, you know, to the next age faster, right? That's what I mean with this. And looks like the English is not really interested on attacking. He has like some lombos there. Just gonna play very, very defensively for the moment. Just, you know, having their farm set up, all those things. We're not seeing a second town center from the English as well. Probably thinking about, you know, getting the King's Palace. Not gonna be seeing the usual 2 town center, you know, that 2 TC King build this match into White Tower. But that's gonna be an annoying. Lombo's already here. See if he decides to do something with them. So looks like he is not really interested until he gets the barracks. Arrows leads coming up for the gold outpost area. It's just halfway there into Castle Age. He's skipping actually all the economic upgrades. So he's trying to go there as fast as possible. We're already almost 7 minutes into the game. And he should be like probably a minute away from aging up. There you go. Pretty much a minute away from aging up. Now he's very lucky because the Lombos didn't really arrive to their base. They're not really gonna cause any kind of damage. He did invest a lot. Not a lot, but I mean, there's some walls here just in case. I guess it doesn't hurt. It looks like he's just going for it. It's like, you know what? I'm actually gonna try to cause some damage. He's really not interested in playing in the Castle Age, so he's gonna play a little bit longer in the field. Look at that, the campfire just giving vision for everyone. That's the cool thing about the scouting of the English. They can just put this thing and you have a lot of vision around this area. And even if your scout moves, you can still snipe some villagers here and there with the Lombos, which makes things very, very easy for you. Very, very easy. It's like scout will be in range of the outpost. And unfortunately, the campfire didn't do much here. He doesn't have much going on for him. Economic wing is coming up for the Abbasid, and with that, I would love to see some Ghulams here in action, because he's prioritizing the blacksmith, which is great. Like against the Lombos, you want to have the +1 range armor. You need a barracks. There you go. A barracks is already coming up for our Abbasid player. And definitely, like, a couple of Ghulams will do very good against everything you see here. Definitely make sure the push doesn't work for him. At this point, I'm very tempted to just move these villagers away, go back to this gold. Just in case, you know, for you not lose any kind of villager. So they're gonna go for food. They're gonna go for food. A couple of barracks, definitely what you need. There's nothing like having like 4 barracks as soon as you age up. It's very hard to do when you're doing this kind of fast castle strategies because you're prioritizing the food and the gold. But having like 4 barracks guarantees you're gonna have 4 units right away, like after like 30 seconds. Outpost goes down, and you know the Uber, it's inside. Only 14 Lombos. Like, it's not gonna do quite much against those Ghulams, especially +1 range armor coming soon. Another barracks coming as well. Spearman just trying to look for some units there. Meanwhile, Ghulams only thinking about, you know, waiting for more Ghulams to go. And look at this. More villager snipes coming. A couple of Ghulams already here. Unfortunately, looks like these barracks will go down. And look at how much damage the Ghulams can basically tank. So basically, the English did the right thing. It's like just escape with the longbow. So like there's no reason to fight in a place where you won't have the advantage, right? I can already tell he's kind of like macroing for going castle. Look at that military wing. There you go, military wing already gone. Having a lot of villagers on gold. It's gonna be going probably for that king's palace. Let's see what's his choice. I already have 7 Gulams on the field. Still plenty of distance between the two players, so that will give a lot of time for the English to recover. And, you know, get those upgrades and probably get some crossbows out. Especially if he goes for a white tower. Oh, it's gonna be the white tower, so we're gonna be having a 1TC against 1TC game here. Not gonna be seeing any kind of expansion, which is very interesting. You know, those games when you only have one town center, you deal with very low numbers. So we can already see like 53, 49 population. It's just I don't know if it's easier to manage, or for me, I'm more of a macro player, so I'd rather like not get into the tiny details of, you know, microing your army or anything, because when you have lower numbers, obviously you need to take care about not losing your units. Looks like the Gulams will arrive, but unfortunately not on time. We'll manage to take a couple of villagers, but unfortunately for him, the white tower is already here, and the only area where he can harass it's around, you know, the farms, and he's gonna lose some Gulams. These are valuable units, especially at the beginning of the game. Should not throw them like that against the white tower, but it's gonna happen for him. These Gulams keep chasing those longbows. And while secret relics are not being captured, we don't see any monastery yet. So yeah, actually we're seeing an expansion coming for the Abbasid. Obviously with the economic wing, it's much cheaper for them to do that. So he's not gonna be able to finish his opponent right now. Just gonna having some units just to defend. We're gonna see knights coming from the English. Meanwhile, no crossbows out there for the Abbasid, and Spearman not even upgraded to the field age. So he's gonna be having a hard time against those knights. That's the cool thing about the white tower, you can get those knights really fast. 18 seconds you get a knight. There are already 3 on the field, so it can start getting scary. Two more 5 knights on the field? No, it's a very scary number. You don't want those in your base, for sure. Wheelbarrow just coming for John Davis Walker. He's getting his first eco upgrades. A couple of relics coming at home for him. Gotta be careful with that knight. No spearman around. Only this guy. Dark Age Spearman. Look at how little damage Dark Age Spearman does to the Castle Age unit. Like, even when it's a counter unit, like, they only do like 20 something. There you go. Now they do like 30. Hardened Spearman. We're gonna see most likely an upgrade coming soon. More Gulams and Spearman. Definitely it's gonna work for him, but he needs way more Spearman. He's gonna notice the second town center. Spearman gonna die heroically. Monk gonna go down. Like Knights will continue to go for a raid. Gonna see if they can find something. Especially those Lombos are really deadly when it comes to picking villagers. You just don't expect them. Especially in the Castle Age, they can just go a little bit deeper into your base. Stay there longer. Maomao is gonna be the choice for Abbasid. It's gonna be quite risky. It's gonna be a good choice against the Lombos. It's quite hard to defend against those knights, especially when there is 11 knights on the field. So it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one for sure. It's like the monk took the wrong side of the way. Pick up that relic. John Davis having a tough tough time with the food. We don't see the town center being upgraded. He was just moving here and there, putting a market just to sell some resources, just to buy some food. He needs more units, and gotta be careful not to lose the mangonel here. Wait, did I see that right? Did the mangonel just shoot at his own units? No, it was the Lombos, right? It must be the Lombos. Must be the Lombos. Careful not to lose that mangonel. Like that's like your precious, like my precious. Gonna protect it with. This is what I mean. Mangonel gone. Spearman. Gonna try to take down the knights, but it's gonna be a tough one, guys. It's gonna be a tough one. No food for our Abbasid player, and now it's gonna be very tough for him to come back from this one, and he taps out. Well played by these two players. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, take care.